I kind of see him more as a vigilante and a villain at the same time. You know what I mean? Okay, let's begin. Uh, so we cut to Stain because we're going to the Stain arc because we just got off the hero arc, the you the whatever the arc called. It's a pretty good arc though. Um, as I said, cut to Stain killing a hat type hero. This hero can just throw hats, cut people. Doesn't really matter since he's dead now. He they just did it all for the money. That's it, and the fame. That's it. No heroic reasons. Like if there's no cameras around, no hero work. So Stain killed him, and after that, uh, he walks out of the aisle and looks across the street to see on the TV that there's a new vigilante that keeps killing heroes that eventually have been taught that they're villains. Just gonna. We get to the part that okay. Um, he yeah he sees that maybe he'd be a good disciple to keep around. The only bad part is Izuku doesn't like All Might, while Stain loves All Might. And we go to Izuku, then punching out lights, the punching a hero's lights out, hippity hoppity, punching a hero's lights out in a couple seconds later, right? After Izuku then beats a villain Silly for trying to kill a lady. Like, as I said, he's a vigilante, but, you know, more of a hero-villain type situation. But I will say he's a villain, because I'm bored. And he does kill everything that even tries something bad, you know? You'd say he'd be a hero, but actually, he's a villain, in a sense, you know? Alright. Well, that's what people keep telling him he is. So, he just goes with it. You know? Wouldn't you go with something if someone told you that? Ah. But, so then uh, after killing him, he, cleans his plate off at home. And his mom's getting a bit worried for her child since he keeps coming back, tired, you know? Uh-oh. We then cut to Izuku being a bit tired, and her mom being a bit worried, Ego being a bit worried because her baby looks a bit tired. And she tells him that we're gonna go. We gotta go on a vacation. We gotta go somewhere to have fun again, so that we can take. So then we cut to them going on a fun thing. Yeah, we already know where this is going. Yeah, so right after a couple seconds, boom! Big explosion happens, and Nomus show up out of nowhere, beating up heroes and villains. Well, not heroes, and civilians. And then when they're trying to escape, Yusuku purposely gets pushed against the crowd so he can help see if one of his targets are there, so the Nomus can just take care of it, and then he'll finish him off. So he walks off with his. Obviously, the place they were going was an outfit place, so he just quickly grabs a face mask, sunglasses, and a hoodie, so he can improvise. Then he steals a necklace with a sharp edge to it. no, a ring, 4 rings on his fist to punch people. So we go to Izuku running around trying to find a hero knocked out or dead. After that, he summoned us into an alley where then we cut to Baku's point of view a couple hours earlier at Grand Areno's place. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that now. Yeah, Bakugan got one for all because he saw All Might saw the display of power, so he decided to give him the power. And then he doesn't have full control, but he does have some pretty good strength on him. So now he does know full cowling. Now he knows no full cowling. So then we continue off on then we cut to Bakugo running around with getting on a train with Gran Torino. And then Nomu busts through the window. Yeah, it's the Nomu. My theory is that he's the guy that bullied Deku in the beginning scene. Gran Torino punches him, Zuko. Then Bakugo blows it up, and then Gran Torino tells him to stay here. But obviously, we're talking about Bakugo here, and he obviously tells him to shut up, and he's going with him. So that's what happens. Izuku and I keep saying Izuku. Bakugo and Gran Torino run out and get him, and that's pretty bad considering Bakugo needs to stay there for civilians for a couple seconds, but he didn't. Okay. So then when they're running around, he then realizes that Ida should be here, but he's not. So Bakugo realizes that Ida should be here, and eventually we cut to a couple weeks later, where Ida and Bakugo then eventually get a friendship going. You know, eventually he runs off to find him since they have a mutual respect for each other. So that's exactly, yeah, we're making this a new story, boys. New Bakugo, everything. And after that, we then cut to um, Ida's point of view. During the sports festival, he gets a call and hears that his brother has died. Yeah, he doesn't live in this version. He dies. No hero saves him. He just dies. And he's dead. That's the end of Ida's point of view. Well, after he tries killing Stain, and that doesn't work. And that's him. He's out. You know? That's what happens. And then we cut to Bakugo's point of view, saving Ida's doom ass. And that's the whole story. And not yet, because Izuku pops him out of god dang nowhere, and the Stain realizes this is the hero, but like a little less preppy. So then he points it out, telling him that I expected you to be a bit more classy. And Izuku then yells, not yells, but like tells him that you do know you're trying to kill a person, right? And he says yes, he's killing a fake hero, just like you've done for a while. So that's the whole reason that Izuku is doesn't really care. He's about to leave, but then he sees Ida's like groveling face, realizing that something's bad happened, and he asks, "So why are you killing him?" He asks Ida this. He tells him that he killed his brother, so he's getting revenge. Well, you're doing a pretty bad job at it. So, well, he does a shit job of doing it. So I could help, but I won't kill him. I'll slow him down for you. So Izuku then runs at Stain, and Stain's about to parry him, but Izuku does a feint out and then grabs his neck and slams him to the ground, takes one of his knives, and then runs back. So then Stain tries to kill Ida, but, you know, Baku shuts that down real quick by showing up out of nowhere. and blowing him up. But not killing him, obviously, since Stain somehow didn't die to an explosion. I don't know how people don't die to those explosions, but right after that, we kill Slash to the heroes killing all the villains and stuff. Endeavor then seeing like a lady with green hair, smooth green hair, and a bit on the chubby side. This is obviously Inko, and he tells her what's wrong because she's worried. He tells her that she's lost her baby boy, Izuku. He has green hair, fluffy, and he has sharp eyes. Yeah, we gave him a bit sharp. And a scar on his bottom cheek and neck. So then Endeavor runs off to find him, since he sees that the heroes are perfectly fine here. So after that, we cut to Izuku. Then Izuku, Bako, and Ida start beating up Stain. Then Shoto comes out of nowhere to help, being a bit mad that Izuku's there, but doesn't care because he's gonna save lives, no matter what power he gets. Sorry. Uh, and then eventually, Izuku then punches out. They start ganking up on Stain, but Stain is able to jump out the way, live, and do all these good, smart ideas that these guys keep losing to. And the cool thing is that Endeavor actually earns his credit of getting that stuff, because he actually gets there early, because he then is looking for a person there. So he's able to help the kids, and he runs up on Stain and punches him, but Stain obviously gets a cut on, which is crazy, when you think about it, since how fast we've seen him in the story now. And Stain continues to throw hands, and Stain eventually is about to kill Ida, because he's... no, let's say Endeavor. Let's say he's about to kill Endeavor, Let's say he's about to kill Endeavor, and so Izuku, since he likes this hero, runs up and stabs Stain right in the not stab, and he goes to sleep. And then they tie him up, and afterwards they bring him to the outside the thing, and since they're able to call up the heroes instantaneously. Native lives immediately, so everything's fine. Yeah. Then we cut to Izuku start throwing hands. Then we cut to Izuku getting grabbed by the wing Nomu, and then we cut to Then we cut to Endeavor's point of view, being incredibly spooked because he thinks that the hero, because he does think that this is Izuku, the guy he's been looking for, and he's kind of embarrassed that he hasn't found him yet. And luckily he thinks it's the villain, Bloodied Bunny, but a little less classy. So then Endeavor thinks that Bloody Bunny works for the League of Villains. So he's about to run for the thing, but Stain runs up and stabs the Nomu right in the neck after licking some blood off a lady. And then killing the Nomu. It's pretty sad when you think about it. It was just a kid in there trying to grab his old friend. It's quite sad. Then we cut to Izuku's point of view, being a bit spooked that Stain's speech, getting scared actually to this, and he thinks it's a pretty good message, but he's still scared of it. Would you be scared if someone just started yelling without all their heart? Oh, I'm gonna win. Ooh. Then we cut to Izuku, then running off. Then we cut to Izuku, then freaking up, then beating in the Nomu that tried to kill him, which Endeavor tries to arrest. Izuku, but luckily, uh, Izuku's able to throw a stun bomb. He had one. He always has one on him, and throws him and blinds Endeavor, and then he runs away. Then we cut to Izuku, then beating the actual potato. Uh, then we cut to Izuku, then killing another hero. Thinking about the speech that Stain did. Then Izuku then defeats Stain. Well, no, thinks about if any villains are gonna go after Endeavor now, since they hear that he took out the villain, and he does make a note that he'll save him if anyone tries anything. And then after work, we cut to Izuku. And right after that, we cut to Izuku beating up and afterwards we think uh, then we just cut to Dabi Toga and twice thinking of Stain's speech. So afterwards we cut to Izuku then beating up oh um at the time we think of then we cut to Stain Shigarati's point of view, thinking that thank God that insensitive jerk Stain is not dead, but obviously in a prison, so he doesn't have to think about anything. Then after that, we cut to Izuku being in where? Afterwards, I actually forgot where I was at. Oh wait, let me think. And we then think of I'm like really losing track. What's the next arc after the Stain arc? Is it the forest arc? Yeah, it's the forest arc. It's that forest arc training. Yes, that one. That's the training we're going to. And Izuku then runs into the forest for some extra training. I actually love how he punched me through the window, though. That was really cool. Then we cut to Izuku, who is in the forest doing some spiritual training. He told his mom he was going to go on a camping trip. She saw no problem in this, and then that's the whole story. Oh, I really hope my dog's okay. But okay. Izuku then runs into the forest, actually not knowing that he's only taken this trip so he can just chill. Freaking great convenience, since uh, that uh, that this is the exact place where class 1A and class 1B are at. So whole story. That's the end. I'm kidding, but we then cut to Bakugo's point of view, and on the bus, and he's actually a really popular student there now, so everyone's excited to be his friend, and everyone likes him, especially since Suzuka's not there, the more kind-hearted person. But everyone still likes him for his good attitude and good quirk. They call it explosive electricity. They thought his quirk just evolved, considering his quirk, since explosives do actually sometimes cause lightning. So that's why they're fine with it being with lightning. So that's how it works. And then we cut to getting off the bus, And then Bakugo knows immediately what's about to happen and isn't phased by it at all. And then they fall with Bakugo doing hilarious, just crossing his arms and then slowly falling off. And then and then Bakugo lands perfectly with everyone landing completely weirdly. And everyone just eventually beats up the guys. This time getting faster since Bakugo has one for all, and the power with an explosive and lightning kind of obliterates the stone creatures real quick. And then they get there earlier than everyone else, so good. And then they have their food and everything. She tells them that this is going to be the last food she's going to make for them. Okay, this is actually not working. Like, why? Then we cut to them getting there, eating their food. Then we cut to Izuku doing some spiritual training, so he doesn't like get out of control. So he fights more people. Okay, this is not working. This isn't good a sign. I wish I could cut to a different game. Wait, can I? Oh, we'll be right back.